Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Facebook Live for Friday afternoon. Today is Friday, February 26th. This is my very last Facebook Live for a Friday afternoon. A few technical difficulties. What you're seeing is only my hands. I think the recording is different. And for that, I apologize. I'm still working through some technical difficulties. But please, if you are watching, please jump on and share your comments. I have the ability to see those. And really, you didn't come here to see my face. You came to see what I'm going to make today. So I have a couple of projects today with a celebration set, Heal Your Heart. And this is today's feature on my Facebook page for Parkland Stamper. Every day this week, I have been featuring projects inspired by each of the celebration projects. And just so you know, celebration ends on Sunday, February 28th. So please, if you are interested in any of the projects I have demonstrated or inspired you on my page and you wish to order them, please order them through the online store and the host code on your screen. Now, just bear with me. I'm going to switch screens for the video, apparently, the recorded video, because the Facebook Live is looking down at my camera. But here we go. So this is what you're already seeing, I think. So this is a stamp set, an all greetings stamp set. Basically 3 greetings with pairs for the inside. So we're in this together. I can't promise to always fix your problems, but I can promise you won't ever face them alone. Sorry for your loss. And then I don't know what I would do without you. There's a thank you and wishing I could heal your heart. So there's basically 3 greetings for the front end of the card and 3 inside greetings that pair very well together. And I have a couple of samples to share with you. And then if you want to see any more, you can check them out on my Facebook page where you're watching this video, but there'll be more posted later today. So here is my very first card. Very simple, also spotlighting another celebration item, the also Ombre paper. And I have used Bermuda Bay as my base color, which is the color that's in the one of the colors in the also Ombre paper. And I've also used the Artistry Blooms adhesive back sequins and a little bit of Coastal Cabana ribbon to make a very simple but striking card. So let's get into making this one, shall we? So in my ladies create card, of course I have an envelope, and I'm getting smarter and I'm putting my tools inside. So I'm going to use this to cut out my greeting. And this is the sheet of Artistry Blooms sequins that I am using. And please, if you're on, comment, share, post, all of those good things. So I have an 8.5 by 5.5 card base, scored at 4 1/4, and I'm just going to fold that and burnish it here really quickly. That can't be there, sorry. I'm still dealing with a few technical things going on here. We'll get this. I wanted to get away from the waving the camera and trying to get it lined up. So this piece here, I'm going to emboss, and I'm not going to do it in front of you. I'm just going to take a step back and run that through the embossing machine. There we go. So I decided not to do that on screen because it's so close and all you see is the top of the machine anyway. It really doesn't give you much of a view of the machine. If you ever have any questions or want to know about the Stamp & Cut Emboss machine, please drop me a line. I'd be more than happy to talk to you, help you answer any questions you have, all that good stuff. So I'm not going to glue that down yet. I have a scrap here for my greeting. And then I have I believe it is 5 by 2 1/4 piece of the designer series paper, and I think I did my ombre this way. And then I have a 5 1/8 by 5 3/8 piece of whisper white. So I'm just going to glue that together. So you've got a very narrow border there, like a 1/16 of an inch. And then I'm actually going to glue this to this embossed piece, and I'm just going to keep the very narrow border idea going around there where it meets on the 3 sides. Both of the cards I'm going to share with you today are actually quite simple. I seem to have taken a little bit of a focus change. Not 100% sure why, except that I have become a hoarder of designer series paper, and I think that needs to come to an end. So I have started letting it be the show, or the star of the show, if you will. A little piece of this beautiful Bermuda Bay ribbon out of the annual catalog that I'm going to add to the back. Sorry, add to the front of my card, but I always add my adhesive at the back. So let me put my adhesive on. And then I kind of decide, so I'm looking at my sample, I think I want it to be about there. So I've got it adhered on one side, and then I kind of eyeball it, you know, it's just straight. If your eyeballs are straight or crooked like mine, it's kind of how it works out. And then I'm going to glue that to my card base. So this has the little bit wider border. Whoops. Now I have already pre-cut this with one of the scallop edged layering oval dies, but we need to put our greeting on here. So I'm bringing in Bermuda Bay ink and the thank you stamp. I think my ink is getting a little dry, so I want to make sure it's inked up really good. Fine font. So best to not stamp super hard. Just press down and hold to get your best image. I'll set that aside for a moment. Give it a second to dry. While that's drying, I have a bow. So let's tie a bow. So everyone always asks me how I get such perfect bows. I don't know that my bows are perfect, and sometimes I struggle with them, but I will try. So, sorry, went ahead and didn't talk. Make a loop, fold it around, fold it, and press that loop through. This works the best for me. It's less bulky than the double bunny ear type of bow that a lot of people do. And you can adjust it to get the loops just the size you want. And most of the time, some have to do them, but most of the time your tails will come down, which is what you want. And then I just pull them down and trim them. And I generally work off the spool of ribbon so that I have less waste. So this is all the waste I have out of creating that bow. So this should be dry enough now. Take our pieces and bring in our mini. I'm going to bring in the mini. It's not so big. We have our stitched oval. I think that's the third one. I'm going from largest to biggest. I'm just going to line that up so it's centered. Put my upper cutting plate on. then, now that that's cut, I'm going to glue that right on there. Okay. Put some dimensionals on the back of this. It's a bigger oval, so I will add 4. And then our card base. I've done that off center because remember we did this bow that we want to add. And we have glue dots here. So again, I like to take my bow center to the dot, pull the dot off, and adhere it to my project. Now, what up here? I forgot to include things for the inside of the card, but we won't worry about that today. So I have these Artisan Blooms self-backed adhesive sequins, and I am going to add these to my project. So I just get underneath that adhesive. The color is so very close. And again, you want to work in uneven numbers and offset. Then I'm going to bring my stamp set back. I had a couple of pieces. I don't know what I did with them. I probably thought they were garbage and threw them out. I have, if I show you the original card, I have a piece of designer series paper in there and on the envelope, but I don't seem to have those ready to share with you, so I'm not going to do it. We have 2 cards to do today, so I'm not going to waste. Oh, let's get this right side up. So super, super fine writing here. So again, really important, don't press down too hard on your stamp pad. Just gently stamp and get it all inked up. If you stamp too hard, you'll fill in all the O's and everything. I'm hoping I'm straight. I think I am. And it says, I don't know what I'd do without you. And I'm just going to hold it there for a few seconds. And you get a pretty good image. So that is our first card. Except the envelope because I forgot the parts. If I ever do a video and have everything complete, I don't know what I would do. So again, with this bundle or this stamp set is all about greetings. So we're doing 2 cards today because they're actually quite simple. And this is the second one that says, wishing I could heal your heart, all done in various shades of green. And then on the inside, sorry for your loss. So the paper here, the designer series paper is from Paper Blooms, and the old olive ribbon is actually from Ornate Garden Suite. And I tried to use a smaller heart, but it was just a bit too small for the greeting. So I'm going to show you what I did to get that greeting framed out. So, oops, let's get started on this one. So as I said, so the ink I'm using is Old Olive, and I have this Ornate Garden ribbon, olive green ribbon that comes in a 2-pack with terracotta tile and Old Olive. And I have a bunch of pieces here, including my envelope. I have a scrap to stamp my greeting on. This is going to be for making the outline. This is for my inside because I have a colored base. So here is 5 1/4, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have this piece from Paper Blooms Designer Series paper that has these green, and I have a piece of Pear Pizzazz. So this is for, I think it's 4 5. Nope. This is 4 by 5 1/4. This is 3 1/8 by 5 1/8. And I'm just going to layer that just like that. No big deal. And then I'm going to wrap a piece of ribbon around because that's what I like to do. So as in the previous card, I'm going to add my adhesive to the back. Move it up a little bit because I need to make room for the heart. Make sure it's relatively straight. Now, on our scrap of Whisper White, Old Olive ink, I have the Wish I Could Heal Your Heart. And again, this whole set is very fine lettering. So you don't want to press too hard. And then I have the dual heart punches. So there's 2 heart punches that layer. I'm taking the one that's scalped. The other one was just a bit too small for what I was trying to do. So we're going to try and center that image in there as best we can without cutting anything off. And then I have this 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 piece of pear basass that I'm going to glue on there. Oh, that doesn't look right. Because I need to do it on an angle. Forgot about that step. Okay, we're all good. Oh no, I forgot, measured it wrong again. No, we need to put it on this piece of cardstock at a bit of an angle because we're not going to have to cut. We're going to do a little bit of fussy cutting. So what we need to first fussy cut is just kind of round out the bottom. We're not going to have to cut the sides, but as we come into the curve here, we're just going to carefully kind of fussy cut around. This is not an exact science and does not need to be perfect. This is a handmade card, which makes it way more special than anything you get at the Hallmark store. There. And your heart is framed. We're going to put a couple of, well, probably at least 3 Stampin' Dimensionals on there. And I'm going to put it off center because I'm going to tie a bow. So here we go on the bow lesson one more time. So loop, wrap, front to back, right? Push through another loop. And my loop twisted, so I'm just going to pull it out and start. So loop around. Try and keep that second loop you push through flat if you can. Okay, that looks like a pretty good bow to me. Trim our tails. Take that away, take that away. Glue dots are right here. And put that in the corner. And you can trim the tails of your bow if you think they're too long. That's fine. And then I added some gilded gems. So what I did is I didn't use the largest, but I used the second largest Use one of those. And 2 little ones. Just in a straight line. And again, when you're using gems, you should use an odd number. So now we still have the inside of our card to do. So I have one of the leaf images here from the Forever Fern bundle that's in the annual catalog. And I just used Old Olive for everything on here. And this is a distinctive stamp, so lots of detail. So I'm going to stamp once in full strength and then a second generation to give you that look. And then while I have this out, I'll do the same thing on the envelope. There we go. And then just push the envelope out of the way and bring this inside back. We have so thinking I wish I could heal your heart, and then the greeting, sorry for your loss. And I had this figured out because it's not mounted quite straight. There you go. And a second to dry. And there you go. So there are our 2 cards. Featuring the Heal Your Heart stamp set. It's from Sale A Bration. Sale A Bration ends on Sunday, February 28th. Last chance to get a product with either a $60 or $120 purchase. If you order through my online store, using that host code, you'll get a little extra something from me. I really appreciate your support, watching my videos and commenting. Thank you very much for watching today. There will be these 2 plus a couple more inspirations posted just a little later on my Facebook page with some more inspiration for this amazing free stamp set. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day.